The alternative station, City 102.5, JoJo to the Morning Show, 8:52 now, and time for your weekly gaming report. That's brought to you by Comic Town, your source for comic books and more. And Ride in Our Auto Group, we want you to ride in our cars. Chuck from Gaming Nexus. How you doing, Chuck?
Too bad, Joe. How about yourself?
Good. What do we have this week?
It's a good week for gamers, Joe. Up first, we have XCOM, Enemy Unknown, which is coming out for the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and PC. Now, this is a remake of the classic game that came out in the early to mid-90s. And so in XCOM, what you do is that aliens have invaded the Earth, as they have a habit of doing. Mm-hmm. And you were in charge of a secret government or multi-government funded organization that's responsible for kind of pushing them back.
Okay.
And so the game operates at a couple of different levels. Kind of the core gameplay mode is that you lead your squads out against the aliens in various cities. And so it's turn-based, and I know that sounds boring to a lot of people, but it's actually kind of cool, and it actually builds this tension. So,
how long does a turn last? To me, that's where you lose something.
You pick how long the turn's going to last.
Oh.
So
okay.
you basically have to kind of figure where you're going to move your guys, and each of your soldiers has two movement turns, or a sprint turn, or an action where they can fire. Okay. So you have to kind of move your guys into cover because the aliens are kind of everywhere.
Okay.
And as you kind of build the game up over time, you kind of get attached to your squad mates because they level up.
Sure.
And so you want to be kind of smart about it. So if you go around a corner and your guy gets shot, he's like a veteran of like 20 missions.
Yeah.
Now you're kind of hurrying to fill that void.
Okay.
And you can actually name your soldiers. And so the biggest tip I've got from friends who play the game already, or played it a lot, is that don't name them after your kids or friends because you get really attached to them. And so when someone kills,
when you lose one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the second part of the game is kind of is the actual running of the organization. So you have to select which missions you're going to go on. Are you going to fight, go save go fight the aliens in Atlantic City, or are you going to fight them in Shanghai? And depending on which mission you pick, the government's going to kind of either have more or less favorable view of you and give you more or less money.
All right. Game's pretty good? Game's really good.
I loved it. There's a demo out that I recommend playing. Our in-house reviewer loved it. This game's getting a lot of really good accolades so far.
All right, that's XCOM Enemy Unknown for Xbox 360, PS3, and PC. One other one is Dishonored.
Yes, and that's coming out for the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and PC. Dishonored was a game that got a lot of positive buzz coming out of E3. In the game, you play Corva, who's the protector of the Empire. He comes back from a trade research mission to find out that there's witness to watching the Empress of the realm being killed and her daughter's kidnapped. So kind of at the start of the game, he really sucked at his job.
Okay.
So he's sent to prison. He's basically been framed for this murder. And now he's escaped with help from the resistance. And now you've got to figure out who did this, and where's Emily, capture her, restore her to the throne. What's cool about the game is it's kind of this open world. So you can kind of go in and do a very stealthy approach, very kind of artistic kind of things, or you can do my style, which is running and gunning and killing everyone and causing a lot of chaos and mayhem. It's a very open world game, so a lot of different ways to solve the puzzles in the game, which uses a lot of replayability. The game's getting a lot of really positive buzz. A lot of people comparing it to the classic Deus Ex or even the BioShock games. Really good feel to it. I've got a couple hours into it, and it's a really immersive world. Highly recommend this one as well. Early reviews have also been super positive on this one.
Awesome. That's Dishonored. Again, that's for Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and PC. Sweet. Thanks, Chuck.
Thank you.
All right. 8:56.